Yes, I am Rick Del Martel, and I have one advice to give you guys. Don't try this at home. We're professionals, and leave it to us. So just watch it and enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Steeltown Pro Wrestling TV. I am Stan, the Hammer Keys, and I'm joined by Steeltown Pro Wrestling Provincial Champion, Marius.
And in that ring, you see my mentor, my friend, my surrogate father, Rob Stardom, one of the top contenders for the SPW Heavyweight Championship.
And he's got a big task, literally a big task ahead of him as he takes on the 350-pound plus fan favorite, JJ Sanchez.
Well, JJ Sanchez is a big boy and he can move to the air, but Rob Stardom has over a decade of experience and he can wrestle any style against anyone.
Is he your mentor, or are you the #1 member of his fan club? So by the sounds of it, getting a little excited for Rob Stardom, Marius.
Well, it's called being family, something you may never understand, Keith.
Well, JJ Sanchez using that size to his advantage. Rob can't get his arms around him, and JJ bumps him off with his bum.
JJ Sanchez, okay, I'll give him that. He's using his size to his advantage. But Rob Stardom, he goes to the outside. He's going to regroup and figure out a new strategy. Whoa, wait a minute. What are those fans chanting? Stardom? Stardom?
I think they are chanting chicken.
Well, that can't be right. Chicken. The word chicken and Rob Stardom have never been associated before. I don't think they should ever be associated again.
Many words used to describe Rob Stardom. Now they lock up again. JJ Sanchez with a waist lock of his own.
JJ Sanchez showing a little bit more technical wrestling than I would have thought. You can see he's really got a good waist lock there.
Rob Stardom trying for the same thing to no luck. His backside glutes. JJ Sanchez with a firm grip. And Rob Stardom, they're jockeying for position.
But JJ Sanchez is going to score a big takedown there.
We've got the game of human chess right in the middle of that ring. And now Rob Stardom applying a headlock.
And a devastating headlock at that. Look at that. Clamped right across that cheekbone. Well, oh, wait a minute.
And down goes Rob Stardom. You are not moving over that bus.
I think JJ Sanchez must have some kind of sticky substance at the bottom of his shoes.
Typically, the man coming off the ropes is in the position of momentum with that force, but not with a man the size of JJ Sanchez. He wasn't going anywhere.
I think maybe it was more of a case of Rob Stardom tripping than getting knocked down.
Now with Rob Stardom being your mentor, what's his game plan now? What's his next plan of attack?
If I knew his game plan, I certainly wouldn't tell you right here on television.
Well, we can see his game plan is definitely not a fair game plan as he's choking JJ Sanchez on the ropes. Rob Stardom definitely known for his rule breaking here in Steeltown.
Now Stanley is not breaking the rules if you break the count.
Slapping JJ Sanchez in the face. You don't want to infuriate that man. And that's exactly what he did. JJ Sanchez lighting up Rob Stardom.
I don't know if I like this JJ Sanchez showing shades of, well, Rick Flair, maybe a little bit of the Big Show with that overhand chop.
Rob Stardom wincing in pain in the corner. He's getting it taken to him by the youngster.
I don't care how big you are, those knife edge chops, they hurt.
And JJ Sanchez may have just lost the whole front row of teeth he has. And a lariat from the second rope.
That's got to be it. That's got to do it.
1, 2, no, just a 1. JJ Sanchez showing some fire and passion here on this week's episode of SPW TV.
Look at this, Rob Stardom, clever as he is, following up, locking in that arm, stretching that midsection.
Oh, punch right into the ribs.
JJ Sanchez won't have much offense if he can't breathe.
Referee letting those closed fists go. And a headbutt right between the eyes. Kind of stunned himself there a little bit.
It looks like he staggered a little bit, but Rob Stardom's got a pretty hard head.
JJ's pretty hard himself. And a big clothesline.
JJ Sanchez. Wait a minute.
He's going for the pinfall. 1, 2, we're going to see an upset. No.
I think JJ Sanchez wasted a little too much time.
JJ Sanchez wasn't hard enough. Throwing Rob Stardom off with a short arm. And here we go, and a neck breaker.
That could break your neck.
It has. And an elbow drop.
Elbow.
1, 2, and no.
Well, I like Rob Stardom, but I think he maybe should have hooked that leg.
A little bit of a lax cover by Rob Stardom. No shortness of confidence on Rob Stardom whatsoever. Some would say borderline cocky, if not outright.
Well, JJ Sanchez should count his lucky stars. He didn't hook that leg, so I think it would be over. Right into the arm there. And you say Rob Stardom is cocky. I think he's just really confident.
Call it what you will, he is in control of this contest right now.
You know, professional wrestling and any combat sport, it's all about self-confidence. Oh, wait a minute.
JJ with an elbow of his own. Off the ropes, and a clothesline.
Wait a minute, JJ Sanchez getting a lot of momentum here.
Back elbow. JJ Sanchez has got to stay on top of Rob Stardom. He's waiting for him to get up. He needs to go to his opponent, and he needs to take him down.
And that's what he did to get that big body slam. I don't know what's next, but I'm not looking forward to it.
He's going to the second rope. A man of that size, a man with that weight behind him coming off that ropes could be dangerous.
Big chop here by Stardom.
Just chopping down the big tree that is JJ Sanchez.
Wait a minute. This is a pretty dangerous spot to be. No giving up by Rob Stardom.
JJ Sanchez on Dream Street.
Punches him again.
This is a back and forth battle. What a contest. And onto the knees.
You see that last second, knees up in the air. JJ Sanchez, he's out on his feet.
What a competitive contest we are seeing right before our eyes. Two men fighting tooth and nail for victory on this week's episode of SPW TV.
Here we go, Stardom to the top. Maybe a big splash, maybe a big elbow.
And the splash of his own. 1, 2, and 3. That's all she wrote. Your winner, Rob Stardom.
Was there any ever doubt?
I think JJ Sanchez created a lot of doubt and showed he's a star ready to rise in Steel Town Pro Wrestling.
Hey you, yeah you watching this. Have you ever dreamed of being a pro wrestler, manager, referee, or a valet? Or do you want to work behind the scenes in the world of pro wrestling? Well, Steel Town Pro Wrestling has an opportunity for you. The SPW training camp is open and accepting applications. Our ring veterans will teach you everything you need to know about surviving in the business. So get off the couch, pick up the phone, and call 785-8762 or email steeltownprowrestling@gmail.com and we'll find out if you have what it takes to make your dreams come true.
I'm Raven, professional wrestling superstar, hardcore legend, 39-time WWE hardcore champion, ECW two-time world heavyweight champion, NWA TNA world heavyweight champion. The accolades go on, and I look forward to coming back to SPW professional wrestling here in Selkirk, Winnipeg, and all the surrounding areas in the
SPW Tag Team Champion, the son of Sicko. Yes, that is Sicko on the outside, that is his son on the inside, and the Extreme Luchador is on the other side of the ring, and it looks like he brought some backup.
Well, I understand why son of Sickle brought along his father. Sickle, they're tag team partners, tag team champions. But what's AJ Sanchez doing at ringside?
Well, they're both Mexican. They both partake in Mexican wrestling. They both eat burritos.
I know AJ Sanchez has been to Mexico, but I question his Mexican heritage.
Are you saying a man with the last name of Sanchez isn't Mexican? Lasombro with an aerial assault here early on, leaving his seat with some drop kicks, and he's all over the son of Sicko.
Isn't it hard to believe that Lasombro has held pretty much every championship in Steel Town Pro Wrestling?
He definitely has, and he's looking to add some more.
Oh, wait a minute.
And the flying head scissors by the Extreme Luchador.
Well, I don't like it, but that was pretty nice.
What can you tell me about these masks, Marius?
Well,
You've been known to ride the roads with Sicko and his son. Why do these men wear these masks? What do they have to hide?
they're masks. I thought you meant Lasombro.
And a Hurricanrana!
Let's just say that they have a unscrupulous past that they'd rather not discuss.
Well, they're not going to have a future if Lasombra has his way. all over the son of Sicko.
He's just using his body as a weapon here.
And that's something he does very well.
Fez press.
And that mask almost flew right off the head of the son of Sicko. We almost got to see who he was once and for all.
Lou Fez and Lanza are not two names you hear in the same sentence, but here he's flying around the ring.
And another drop kick. What tempo, what speed we're seeing displayed in the main event of this week's edition of SPW TV.
It looks like Son of Sicko has got his game completely off here.
And one, two, no, just a one.
If I was Sicko, I'd maybe create a little distraction for the referee to allow my son to get the advantage.
That was a great example right there on why the son of Sicko is one half of the tag team champion. He must have taken 15, 16 moves in a row and it barely garnered a 1 count.
Again, a huge flying cross body. Son of Sicko's got to get something going here because I don't like what's going on.
Some would say that Son of Sicko has the advantage, being 3 times the size of Lanza, but Lanza uses that to his advantage and a part of his game plan, and he's got the big man reeling off his feet and gasping for air.
The only people who would say that are people that don't know Lanza and his giant heart. But you just saw a beautiful strategy. What is AJ Sanchez doing here? What does he have to do with this? Come on, get out of his face. Oh, but I do like what's happening in the middle of the ring here.
Oh my Lord!
Did you hear that? Flush on.
Wow! Did you hear that?
I think his mask is still there, but his head fell off.
AJ Sanchez in a world of trouble right now.
That's what he gets for interfering in somebody else's business.
And AJ Sanchez fighting on back, not letting the attack of the Sicko family get the best of him.
But wait a minute, they're going to turn around because somebody's coming in. It's Air Sombra.
And Lanza diving on his opponent and his good friend AJ Sanchez.
I think AJ Sanchez told him to jump.
Putting his body on the line. And looks like we have a car crash right here in the middle of Selkirk Memorial Hall. Lanza was on the offensive, but I think he took just as much of the brunt of that as his opponent.
We have a bit of a switcheroo happening here. Oh, no, wait, it's just going to be a plain double team. It's over. It's a disqualification.
Ring that bell.
We got to ring that bell.
Someone's got to put a stop to this. These two men could do a world of hurt and a lot of damage to Lanza.
Get this going. Unbelievable.
And the assault continues. AJ Sanchez back in the ring, firing away on Sicko, firing away on the son of Sicko.
AJ Sanchez clears the ring.
It may be a little too late. I think the damage has been done. Sicko and his son with a violent assault on Lanza.
Don't they look great carrying around those tag team championships?
This is Cody Diener. Check out SteelTownProWrestling.ca and see when the Diener is coming back to town.
My name's Tennille Taylor, hailing from Melbourne, Australia. I'm taking on the world, showing why I am the real deal, Tennille Taylor.
Like to watch wrestling DVDs? Then you need to check out the Steeltown Pro Shop for all the latest SPW DVD releases featuring the stars of Steeltown Pro Wrestling and superstars of the ring, such as the British Bulldog, Rainbow, Rick the Model Martel, Austin Aries, and more. Log on to SteelTownProWrestling.ca.
And we are back from commercial break and right into the action. James Beaver assaulting Jay Lanza before the bell could even ring.
Unbelievable. James Beaver, a very big man. I'm a big fan of Beaver.
You would be a fan of this man, Bobby J. This man displays a lot of the tactics you did in your career.
I'm one of the best scientific wrestlers SPW's ever seen, and if I was back out of retirement, I think James Beaver would be a great tag team partner.
Well, tag team partner is a single division. Either way, James Beaver is making an impact here in Steeltown Pro Wrestling and making an example of Jay Lanza.
Yes, and I wrestled Jay Lanza one time. He's a very tough competitor, but he was no match, of course, for Bobby J, and I don't think it'd be a match for James Beaver.
Is there a match for Bobby J?
Not in the near future, as Bobby J's got lots of women on the go, so I haven't got time to be wrestling at the moment.
Well, these two men are not worried about women right now. They're worried about keeping their head on their shoulders as they're firing on each other with hard forearms. Oh, Jay Lanza with a big right hand.
A closed fist, very illegal.
These two men are slugging it out, two heavyweights here in SPW.
Come on, James Beaver, never mind the crowd. Light this kid up.
What? It's Jethro Hogg!
Oh my God, I can smell him from a mile away.
It's the SPW heavyweight champion, Jethro Hogg, and he's ringing the cowbell. And a lariat by Jay Lanza. We could see an upset. 1, 2, no! An upset was almost had here on SPW TV.
You're not going to knock Beaver down with just a clothesline. He's too tough for that.
These are two tough customers going toe-to-toe here on SPW television. And Jay Lanza's getting ready. James Beaver out of the way.
There you go, badgering to the fans, that extra second cost him.
And another forearm right across the jaw. Jay Lanza's going to be eaten out of a straw for the next week if this continues. And these two men, James Beaver, Jethro Hogg, jaw-jacking at each other. Jethro Hogg is definitely in the head of James Beaver.
Can you hear this crowd saying Beaver sucks? I don't agree with them at all.
You've always been a fan of Beaver.
Beaver's my best friend.
James Beaver on the offensive. And it looks like Jay Lanza is left dead in that middle of the ring. And just mocking the fans here at the Selkirk Memorial Hall. No class or respect out of James Beaver.
No one gets up from that. But Beaver, he's not done with this Lanza kid yet.
Jethro Hogg has decided to interject himself in this contest, and James Beaver is setting an example for Jethro at the expense of Jay Lanza.
What's Jethro doing in there? That's illegal.
Whoa!
Disqualify him right now.
He swung that cowbell a mile a minute and almost took the head off of James Beaver. These two men's rivalry is just getting started.
Why would the referee be counting him out? It was a blatant disqualification. Interference from Jethro Hogg. This is wrong.
And we've got a count out. Jay Lanza may not look like a winner right now, but he definitely is the declared winner of this contest. But the bigger story to be had, Jethro Hogg and James Beaver, things are just getting heated up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall, and it is for the SPW Provincial Championship. Introducing first.
It is now time for our main event. And what a main event we have. We've got ourselves a rematch from SPW TV episode 1. Marius defending his Steeltown Pro Wrestling provincial title. Let's go backstage and hear from the challenger.
And his opponent, weighing at 16 stone, former WWE superstar, the Highlander, Robbie McAllister.
And listen to the people erupt They've been wanting this match. Robbie's been wanting this match. He's ready to go. I'm joined by our SPW heavyweight champion, Jethro Hogg.
Thank you very much, Danny. Take a look at Robbie McAllister. This guy is tough as they come. He's in shape. He is ready to take on Marius for that provincial title.
He's more than ready. This is something that's been stewing in the mind of Robbie McAllister since the day Marius pinned his shoulders to the mat with his feet on the ropes, robbing him of the SPW provincial title. If it's anything like their first encounter, we're in for a war tonight. Robbie McAllister firmly believes what goes around comes around, and it's time that train's coming around for Marius tonight. I've never seen such muscles in a dress before, Jethro. Oh, and the two pulls lock up. Marius getting the first advantage, grabbing that head. Off he comes, big tackle.
Nice.
Over the roof. And Robbie sideswipes it, and Marius to the floor.
Very, very smart move by the veteran Robbie McAllister.
Pick tonight, Jethro.
You know, that's one tough test. I have had a few battles with that Marius before, so I have not yet had. There's the smarts of the veteran Robbie McAllister once again.
You got to be pretty tough to wear ring attire like that, and Robbie McAllister showing that right now.
He's showing too much as far as I'm concerned.
Old-fashioned, aren't you, Jethro?
Just a little bit. Oh, now there's some smarts shown by very good.
Marius, a former SPW champion, the current provincial champion. You got to think it's only a matter of time so he wants to get back in that picture and hunt and come gunning for you. Coming sooner than later is because Marius is in firm control and dominating his opponent tonight. He's done his homework.
You see a large welt on the back of Robbie McAllister. Marius is really taking it to him.
In their first encounter, you could tell Marius took a bit of a step back approach. He didn't know what to expect from Robbie McAllister. But now that he's been in the ring with him once, he knows fully what to prepare for, and he's come prepared tonight, and it's showing. One, two, no! That move has kept many men down for Marius, but none the caliber of Robbie McAllister.
It looks like Robbie McAllister was able to just back out of that one. He's got him in this reverse chin lock. He's got it deep. Is he going to tap? Is he going to tap?
It could be over.
Oh, Robbie McAllister working out of it.
What strength from Robbie McAllister. With pressure being applied to him, he lifted Marius' body weight from the ground up and slammed him down. Now two men starting from an equal base, and Marius throws a haymaker. Oh! Two of them slugging it out. There's nothing fancy about that, Jethro. They're throwing down. These two men laying it on the line tonight. There's a lot more than a title on the line. Personal pride for Robbie McAllister. Big clothesline from the second. New champion. 2, 3, no. So close, but Marius showing such resilience. He's been in these positions before. He's got a strange threshold for pain like no other. Back body drop by Robbie McAllister.
He's getting fired up. He's getting fired up. Big kick to the guts.
Down he goes. It's over. It's over. 1, 2, and 3. We've got a new champion.
That is it. We have seen yet another title.
Robbie McAllister's boyhood dream has come true. He's fought his whole career to win the SPW provincial title, and he's done it tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing history. What a main event. What a night. History has been made. Ladies and gentlemen, from Jethro Hogg, I'm Stan, the Hammer Keys. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
You know, Sicko, son of Sicko, you guys have been running amok here in Steel Town Pro Wrestling for God knows how long. You guys are a great tag team, we get that. But if you think for 1 second that we are going to let this happen, it's not going to happen. So Steel Town Pro Wrestling makes its return to Morton. And when we make that return...
Man, what do you think you're doing right now? Hey, what do you think you're doing? What is this? Let's go,
Ready?